Hello everyone and welcome to a new lesson with me, Sirafa. Today we're going to complete Unit 11, Future Projects. So open your book to page 91 and let's get started together. Today we're going to start with grammar, talking about processes. Complete these sentences choosing the correct modal verbs. Large areas of land had to be flooded when they were building the Three Gorges Dam. Work on the dam couldn't be started until the Yangtze had been diverted. The locks were built so that the Yangtze could still be used by ships. Unfortunately, many of the historical sites couldn't be saved when they built the dam. Protesters are demanding that people who had to leave their homes must be given new homes and compensation. Question number 2. Work with a partner, discuss these questions, and then write your answers. Think of something new that was built recently in your town or city. What had to be done before it could be built? How has it changed the area? Think about a building project that is taking place now. When it's finished, how might the area around it be affected? The Eighth Gate. The Eighth Gate is a commercial development in the Afur district near Damascus. It will be the site of the Damascus Stock Exchange and an important business center. Now let's see Part 2, Future Technologies. Reading a report. Discuss. Discuss these questions in groups or pairs. What technical changes have taken place in recent years? Think about these areas of life. Personal. Telephones, music, television, cars, shopping, money and banking, food, entertainment. Public, travel and transport systems, crime detection, industry, the environment, education, health, power generation. Now we can say that personal, now we have mobile phones, internet access for many, music available to buy on the internet. While the public, we have booking travel online, security cameras, fingerprinting, DNA identification, efficient recycling programs, renewable energy sources. B. Which of the changes you have discussed have had the greatest impact on people in your country? Choose 2 or 3 examples. Discuss these changes in more detail. What impact have they had? Whose lives have been most affected by the changes? How have these people's lives been changed? Have there been positive and negative consequences? Question 2. Read and analyze. You're going to read a report describing some important technological changes that have affected travel in Europe. Before you read, discuss in pairs what you think the report will be about. Read the report. Were the ideas you discussed correct? Recent developments in transport technology. Technological changes have affected many areas of life in recent years. This report will focus on 3 changes that have affected travel in Europe. Online booking. The cheapest and the quickest way of buying a train or airline tickets is now to book online. This involves logging on the internet, finding the correct website, typing in your travel requirements and personal details, and paying by credit card. Passengers can then print a receipt, which may also be the ticket which they show at the airport or railway station. This is all done automatically without the need for any personal contact with the airline or rail company. Eurotunnel. In 1994, a tunnel linking Britain with the mainland of Europe opened to the public. This complex and costly engineering project, which had been planned for many years, was paid for jointly by the French and the British governments. Cars are carried on railway tracks, which form a train called the shuttle, and then drive off at the end of their 35-minute journey through the tunnel. In the past, the only alternative for motorists was a ferry, which took a minimum of 90 minutes. Electronic road tolls. Motorists have to pay to drive on motorways in Italy. Under the original system, all cars had to stop at kiosks at the beginning or the end of a section of motorway and pay cash. Now there is a high-tech alternative called Telepass. Under this new system, cars are recognized so they don't have to stop. The money is taken automatically from each driver's bank account. These are just the three of the changes that have affected European traveling habits in recent years. In different ways, they are all dependent on advanced technology. Now let's move on to writing. You're going to write a report describing some of the most important technological changes that have affected people's lives recently. Read the report again and discuss these questions. What is the purpose of the three headings? Online booking, Eurotunnel, and electronic road tolls. Their purpose is to give the subject of the paragraph. What's the purpose of the first and last paragraphs? They are the introduction and conclusion. Does the report contain mostly facts or opinions? Facts. Is the language generally formal or informal? Give examples. It's formal. For example, we have the passive forms and choice of vocabulary. We have the word alternative, not other, original, not first, etc. Now we have planning and writing. Plan your report describing 2 or 3 technological changes that have affected the lives of people in your country. Choose examples from one or more areas of life. Use some of the ideas you discussed in groups in 1A to C on page 92. Make a note of important facts about each example you have chosen. You may need to check your ideas or find out extra information from an encyclopedia or the internet. Plan your report. Include the following: a descriptive title, a brief introduction, 2 or 3 sections focusing on different changes. Give each section a clear explanatory heading. A brief concluding paragraph. Now write your report in 120 to 150 words. Use the sample report as a model and include some expressions from the useful language box. Now let's see this language box. We can use the following phrases. This report will focus on. This involves. This is done automatically. This system has succeeded in. These are just the 3 of the changes that have affected. New technology has enabled people to. In the future, it may be possible to. Now check. When you have finished writing, read your report carefully. Check spelling, grammar, and punctuation. Exchange reports with a partner. As you read what your partner has written, ask yourself these questions. Can you tell from the title and headings what the report is about? Does the report consist mainly of facts? Is the language formal? Now return your partner's report and exchange thoughts and ideas. We're changing the world with technology. Bill Gates. That's everything for today. Thanks for your time. See you next lesson, inshallah.